Hey everybody, it's the Candy Camper, and I'm back. This is the Candy Camper's trailer reactions. We got your boy Tones that way. We got George. I know where that is down there. What's up, guys? How we doing?
Doing good.
Pretty good, brother.
Hell yeah.
Or should I say, yeah.
Oh, dude, I knew you had it in you. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys want to tell us where they can find you, George, you hit it off.
Absolutely. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Disney George. You could also find me on Instagram under the Disney Italiano. And of course, you can find me on my home base on Orange Grove 55 with Citrus Corner with all that sweet, juicy, but sometimes sticky Disney news and info.
I'm telling you, I need to put that on a shirt, bro. I'll put that on a shirt.
Yeah, I don't think you can walk around with that one.
Oh, watch
me. Ask me about my information.
Oh, man. But yeah, you guys could find me at Tones_TV on all platforms. Follow the podcast with Candid and I, Bad Thoughts Podcast. And if you guys want to follow me on YouTube, my YouTube is Bad Thoughts Studios, where I do mostly movie and TV show reviews. We do trailer breakdowns for newer movies and newer TV shows, and we do breakdowns with those. So if you guys are interested, Bad Thoughts Studios on YouTube.
Hell yeah. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. So yeah, Tones, what are we watching today? What
today we are doing one of my favorite Marvel movies, and that is the very first Marvel movie that came out within the MCU, and that is Iron Man 1 in 2008. One of the most iconic Marvel movies, in my opinion. I know there was like the first Hulk, but I guess you don't consider that in the MCU because it wasn't like the real Bruce Banner or whatever. Anyway, yeah, Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr., one of my favorite actors. I mean, he's just been killing it ever since this movie. And what I'm excited for, bro, is because how much I've loved this movie is doing the segment is how, does it hold up? Like this movie, I don't remember watching the trailer for it because it was back in 2008. So I'm excited for this for that reason, because it is something that because it was so new, like a superhero like origin story, especially with Iron Man, you weren't too sure how it was gonna go. You know what I'm saying? So I am excited to see this again as far as the trailer, and it might even bring me to watch the movie again, man.
Hell yeah. And like you said, like Tone said, it was put out in 2008. It had a budget of 140 million USD, and it did 5.85.8 million USD. Which is pretty damn good for.
And that's the thing. That's only box office. 2008, you were buying fucking DVDs and
Blu-rays and stuff like that.
Yeah. So it probably did even more.
And that's also, once again, like Tone was saying, a new insert of Marvel, because you didn't really have too much of time. I think you had some X-Men, right, floating around. You had the shitty ass fucking Hulk movie. It just wasn't. Like it is back then, Marvel was how DC is now, in a sense.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of pick your flavor. Go for it.
And I think that's where a lot of people may have hesitated at the time, because it's like, okay, well, is this going to be another X-Men movie? Is this going to be like the Hulk or the Incredible Hulk? I know there was two of them, but like, who really cares anymore? But yeah, I'm actually excited to rewatch this too. I know I probably had watched it at some point because I did go see Iron Man in theaters. So obviously the trailer had to have some profound notion on me to go see it in theaters. But I think not only was it a great story, I have to say what did it for me was the memorable way that Robert Downey Jr. brought to Tony Stark. He the way that he just kind of came into his own, especially, I mean, he was like, he's the comeback kid. Like he had like literally minor career to no career to one of the biggest Hollywood careers. And I love watching a redemption story. And this was his pinnacle moment of that start of the journey, because Jon Favreau had to see something in him to say, you know what, I'm going to give this guy a shot, because everything was on risk of him, especially because Iron Man may not have been big at all in the film industry, in the comic book industry, it's very well known.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could have been a major dud, but it boosted Downey's career, and it also, I mean, Jon Favreau was already a steady actor / writer and everything at the time, but I mean, it also put him on the map where people started knowing his name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I remember the first thing I saw of Jon Favreau was actually in Swingers.
Swingers? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yep.
Love Swingers. Great film. So speaking of Jon Favreau, you also had Gwyneth Paltrow in here. You had Terrence Howard, and you also had Jeff Bridges.
Yeah.
That's a pretty strong. It's a pretty strong lineup too.
And another thing, bro, you guys got to remember, ever since the death of Iron Man, the removal of Iron Man in the MCU, this is how powerful Robert Downey Jr. is, and how powerful Iron Man is. Ever since he was gone, the MCU hasn't been the same.
No.
Has not been the same whatsoever.
You know, the best thing that we talked about, I think it was on one of our channels a little bit ago. We talked about someone that can't be replaced.
Yes,
because that's their role. 100%.
Iron Man is 100. We were talking about Jack Sparrow.
Yes,
and Johnny Depp. I mean, Iron Man is up there with characters that are actors you can't replace.
I will say this. I know we had a brief conversation about this on one of the shows that we did on Orange Grove 55, where I say, you know, I really don't see how someone could be able to get handed like a X amount of money and all that. However, I have to say Robert Downey Jr., for me, of what he did for his career, for what he did for Marvel, what he did for just superhero films in general, he deserved every penny that he got off of the films, the franchise, and even getting his career back. Because as I said, I think more than anything, I love a good redemption story. I love to see someone kind of be the phoenix and like rise again from the ashes. And for me, that was definitely him.
Yeah,
Sure, I agree with you.
I agree too. Another just quick mention, because this topic's going to float in my head and live there until I come out with it. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Obviously, there's a reason why he's in every Wolverine, and it doesn't matter. He can be 50, he can be 80, he can be 1,000 years old. He can be dead. We'll still hologram him as a fucking Wolverine.
Yeah.
He is the Wolverine, like 100%. I think that's probably one of the strongest. Jack Sparrow's pretty fucking strong, dude. That's a strong ass character. Like, he fucking is. He goes to sleep as Jack Sparrow. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, literally, I remember. I know we're going a little bit off topic, but I remember when Johnny Depp received his Disney Legend Award at the Expo, and someone all the way up at the top of the balcony was shouting "Parlay, parlay," and he couldn't make out what they were saying. And he's just staring up at the thing, and he's like, what are you saying? And then all people had to like relate to him, and he went, "Oh, parlay," and he like didn't miss a beat with it.
Fucking love it.
Awesome. Cool. You guys ready to win this?
Let's get it.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is Iron Man 2008. Jon Favreau, ya boy, Robert Downey Jr., aka he was an Encino Man, and told people to shush. We're starting this up.
No one's allowed to talk. Is that it? You can't talk?
No, you intimidate them.
Good God, you're a woman.
Is it better to be feared or respected? I say, is it too much to ask for both? I humbly present the Jericho. To peace.
Tony Stark. Now you work for me. What are you building, Stark?
Your eyes are red. Your tears for your long lost boss?
Tears of joy. I hate job hunting.
Yeah, vacation's over.
Welcome home, sir.
Put up the scanner, will you? What happened over there? I have my eyes open. I want to protect the people I put in harm's way.
A man with a dozen fees can rule all of Asia.
Yeah, I can fly.
dark hunt.
So the upgrade is complete. Tell you what, throw a little hot rod red in there. Hey, good luck keeping up.
What's going on here?
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing. There's been speculation that I'm parading around as a superhero. I'm just not the hero type, clearly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I have to say, I couldn't remember seeing the trailer, but that just watching that right now just took me all the way back to 2008.
Oh yeah.
Because now I know how that solidified me to say, fuck yeah, I'm going to the movie theaters to see that.
Oh yeah.
It was
Couldn't
powerful.
agree with you more. Yeah.
Like,
And
it
the
was
music,
powerful.
it was
yeah.
just...
You got
oh,
some
man.
Audio Slave. You got some Ozzy on there. Well, Black Sabbath. Hell yeah, I love it.
That might have been one of the best trailers I've seen in like even like it might
was
ever.
done well, right?
Yeah, that was a really good trailer. That of course is the reason why people went to go see this movie was because of that damn trailer.
I agree.
Not even because of the name. Like Iron Man, yeah, cool, but that trailer was fucking phenomenal.
The best part is that it didn't look cheesy. It was cut perfectly. It told enough of the story for me to be like, oh shit, how did that happen? Why is this happening? Let me go in there. But then it shows you a glimpse of the action, like, oh cool, so this is what happened, but I still don't know why. And it really brought me in.
That's the problem with movie trailers nowadays. They either show too little or too much, where it's like they show too much of the boring ass stuff where it like discourages you from even going to see the whole thing, or they show you too little where it doesn't grasp you enough. And it's like, well, I want more and I know I could get more, but do I want to pay to see the whole thing to see if I even like it?
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And once again, I think that they did a great job too, and it deserved all the money it made. It deserved to be the starting point, the rebranding of Marvel. Even though at the time I believe it wasn't Marvel, or it was Marvel, but it wasn't Disney yet. Who was it? Warner Brothers or was it Fox? Who owned those rights during that time? Let me see.
That's a
Let
good
me pull
question.
that up because I know that
Because
was part of
because it wasn't
Paramount.
It wasn't. Okay,
It's
yeah.
Paramount.
Okay. See, I don't
And I
really
think-
I know that, but yet like I'd never really pay attention to it because now I just see it as okay, it's under the Disney Marvel.
Thor
ban.
was the last one, right? That was
Which one?
I think Thor. The first Thor was the one that was not Disney still. I think that was either Paramount or Fox
Wasn't
at
it
the time,
also
too.
Thor 2? Dark World?
The one I've never seen because
Yeah.
I went to the theaters, but I fell asleep during it. Oh, you know what? Okay, fun fact. I don't think I've ever made it awake through a whole Thor movie out of all of them. I fell asleep through every Thor movie.
I could see why, but you know.
July 2nd, 2013, Disney purchased the distribution rights to Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Thor, and Captain America, the first
too, yep.
Avenger from Paramount.
Okay, so
Awesome.
Thor 2 didn't come out yet.
Perfect. Once again, Robert Downey Jr. He played that part so well. He had that just enough quirkiness, just enough cockiness, and enough brain power to mix it all into one. He was Tony Stark.
Isn't it something because it comes full circle because the type of character that he brought to Tony Stark, kind of like that rich mogul, playboy kind of billionaire, but cares, but yet is very internally in his self-image. Where then at the very end of Endgame, it's like, okay, he has other things to live for. You know, he has his family, his daughter, you know, his team, and then just sacrificing himself. It's like you see when you go all the way back to this movie, and it's like how his character evolved and transitioned.
Yeah. Good call on that. I love it. So I'm going to start with you, George. Does that trailer hold up, and what did it get you in the theater?
That trailer definitely holds up. As I said, I completely forgot. I remember watching the trailer, but I haven't watched it in over, well, is it 15 years? So, but watching it back, as I said, I can see. I actually agree with Tones. I think that's one of the greatest movie trailers I think that ever was produced. So yeah, it was great then. It still has legs now for me, and it's. I think honestly that could get, I think anybody into a theater to see
Hell
that.
yeah.
I really do.
Hell
I
yeah.
agree. I
Tones, how you
agree.
feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it holds up, bro. Like I said before, the trailer was so well put together that you knew right away just from the trailer alone, you knew it was going to be a great movie. Like there was no way they could fuck that up with just showing us the trailer. So I loved it. It holds up. I would go see it again. Then I would see it again. Now I'd pay fucking $40 to go see it again if I never. You ever think back in your head like what movies or like anything that you can see again for the first time?
Oh yeah, Goonies
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Pirates for the first Pirates for me. Fuck yeah.
Well, so actually, speaking of that, Tones, because there have been movies that's on the roster at certain movie theaters that are getting re-released. I believe the very first Lord of the Rings is gonna set to be re-released. A few of the newer Pixar films were re-released that didn't get a chance to get released into theaters because of 2020. You know, who knew? But so if Iron Man does get a re-release in theaters, you would go.
And
Fuck
he
yeah.
would spend $90. That's how much a fucking ticket costs now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that leaves me. I think it holds up. I think it's fucking awesome. I did see Iron Man in the theaters. I don't remember the trailer, so that's great to refresh. I need to go rewatch Iron Man because it's been
For
a long
sure.
time since I've seen it, and I think John Favreau was on something on this one. Like he knew what he was doing, and he got the job done. And that cast is epic, and it still holds up to today. And that cast still holds up all the way. 15 years later? We needed this movie. We needed this cast, and it did a great job. So, yeah, I'm feeling great about this. And this is the Candid Camper, and this is my trailer reaction with the boys. And we'll talk to you guys another time. Peace.
Later.